What's up, guys? This is Bull by the Fell-Handed. First and foremost, thank you for 500 subs. Big milestone. I really appreciate it. And you know, we're just going to keep pumping out content more or less exactly like we are now. If you have any requests or anything, let me know, because I want to tailor my channel to my audience. So hit me up if you want a certain request. Now then, moving on. We are in the T-34-88. Excellent tank. German Tier 6, Soviet Tier 6 premium tank. It accepts either Soviet or German crews. It's a little bit of both. It's weird. We are on Redshire in counter battle. The cap is at E2 in the area there, and the greens have spawned on the northern side, the reds have spawned on the southern side. Now, my constant viewers, it is extremely important in this tank, or any tank for that matter, to push the cap area. If you have some massive plan to run a flank, you better do it in a quick tank. I've seen a lot of flanking maneuvers get shut down by slow tanks. As you can see, we don't have a whole lot going on the other flank as far as greens, but you just have to be aware that, you know, if you're, say for example, in a KV-85, something a little slower, KV-2, and you decide to run a flank, I'm going to come up and hit them from the side, you're going to be literally as far away from the cap as humanly possible if you run the zero line to run a flank in a heavy tank. So be aware of that. And as a general rule, it is just extremely advantageous to push the cap, because that's where the game is won and lost. At any rate, moving on. So right now we're getting a lot of excellent long-range shots at what I consider the hot gates down the zero line. There's a lot of action going on over there. We're getting a lot of good shots. Apologize, I should have muted everyone earlier. I just now realized it in-game. My past self just now realized it. Moving on. Didn't get a lot of penetrations here off this gentleman. Decided to switch to APCR. Gave it a go. Nothing really happened for me. We're just going to go ahead and back up, kind of rethink that situation, as we are currently taking shots from the right. Now, you know, this tank pumps out 220 damage per shot on average. The penetration isn't, you know, stellar, but it's very good for a Tier 6. And as I've said before, my constant viewers, you do not want to get in a DPM battle with, you know, a Ram 2 or, you know, any of the Panzers. A lot of the German guns, the 7.5 centimeters that run 110 penetration, 110 damage, those things would just DPM the mess out of you. Your captured KVs, your KV-1s, so just, you know, your Churchills, stay away from those things. If you're going to, you know, fight them at a distance behind cover. Now, moving on, I am in the cap area. What I'm doing is I'm just kind of pulling up, hold down, putting rounds down range, finishing people off. This is textbook hold down. I'm not risking a lot of APCR rounds. Right now we're just shooting a lot of AP. When I get to the tougher tanks, I'm obviously going to switch to APCR if I am bouncing off their front. And you know, at this time, the only thing that's really giving me pause is the clicker. They're the only ones that are really doing more or less consistent damage, and not really even consistent. They're just making me be aware of what's going on over there. I'm bouncing some rounds off the turret. Now, when you think of armor in Tier 6, you don't necessarily, the first place your mind's not going to go is T-34-88. So just keep that in mind. The armor's okay, but it's not fantastic. I just happened to got lucky a couple of rounds on the turret. And I can't really go straight up this hill and get the gun depression angle down. It's just not in the cards for me, so I kind of have to cock the tank at an angle. It's not quite artificial gun depression, but it's almost there. The clicker is just nothing but me. I decide to try to just tuck into cover here, get beside this rock while staying on the cap, and hopefully he'll shoot somebody else. Occasionally there's going to be the times where, you know, the clickers recognize you from another game, or they know you, or what have you, and you're just literally the only thing they shoot at the entire game. I have definitely had that happen more than one occasion, and it is not fun. But the good thing is the clicker is actually removed from the equation, so we can kind of go back to business as usual. And business is booming. There is a lot of opportunity around the cap for some good old-fashioned murder. Put a round in that gentleman there to the left. I'm kind of concerned about that Hellcat. At this same time, I can't really pull up and get good shots at the hull down targets to my 12 o'clock without the Hellcat hitting me in the side. So it's at this point it's a game of chess. Have to be very cautious. Just barely peeking up here. Not really wanting to risk anything. I don't really have any health to risk, to be honest. It's just 100% caution is the watchword at this point. And I just kind of want to go ahead and see if I can't get some guys off the board. Hellcat is making a dash. He is getting out of here. We're going to see if we can't connect with him. Got a guy just kind of sitting there, just hanging out. Took one off the side of the turret there from the front. I mean, so far we've been extremely lucky. Hellcat is just bound and determined to get us off the cap. I've got it lined up and just straight clutch shot. Not a big deal. We managed to cap it out. And that was, you know, one of those situations where we're completely under fire the entire time. So it ended up actually working out in our favor. I tried to sneak a couple of pins in there at the end, and it kind of worked for me. Guys, that's all I have for you today. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Check the description box below the video to see other like-minded YouTubers such as myself. We'll see you next time.